I was eating chocolate cake for lunch, I was eating ice cream for dinner. I don't do moderation very well when it comes to chocolate. People say, oh, do you really eat chocolate 3 times a day? Yes, I really do. It's probably more like 5 or 6 times a day. Now it looks like I have chocolate everywhere. It's on the counter, it's on my fingers, it's probably in my hair. This is just another day baking with me. I've always been big about dessert. When I was about 4 years old, I was too small to see over the table, but I knew there were cookies there. You'd just be eating and you'd see this hand come up. And then all of a sudden all the cookies were gone and you didn't know where they went, but they went to me. When I started my blog, it wasn't initially meant to be a food blog. It was just started as a way to keep up with friends. Little by little, I started writing about food because food is a big part of my life. So if I'm writing about life, I'm writing about food. It was never meant to be a career. There was no such thing as a full-time blogger at the time. I was just doing this because I liked it. It was fun. This is actually, out of all the recipes I've ever published, my mother's favorite recipe on my blog. My family's always been really supportive of the blog, even when we didn't know if it was going to be anything. They've always believed in me, and knowing that I have their support is something that I can't even explain how important that is to me. And then suddenly Pinterest happened, social media happened, and traffic went crazy. I started thinking, hey, maybe I could do what I love for a living. And now it's just turned into something crazy. I love this. Oh yeah, it tastes exactly like cookie dough. Let's get started. I love this healthier take on chocolate cake, and you're gonna love it too. I just have to try one. It's just amazing to think that people all over the world are reading what you're writing. I think it's really important, especially in this day and age with the media sending sometimes dangerous messages, that someone does stand up and say, hey, wait a minute, that might not be the healthiest thing to do. On my blog, I try to stress the importance of balance. I try to stress the importance of being kind to yourself. If you want to eat an unhealthy food every now and then, that's okay. And not only is it okay, but I think it's the healthy thing to do. There's a spatula to eat. Problem solved. Being restrictive is not fun, and so it's actually unhealthy in the long run. Today we're making secretly healthy chocolate fudge, but trust me, it's going to taste delicious. I really started baking healthy desserts right after I went to college. I would have ice cream for lunch, double layer cake for snack, and then pizza for dinner. I just started feeling really just lethargic and lacking energy, so I tried to switch to eating healthy. So there were some kind of desserts that you'd buy at the grocery store that said that they were healthy and that they were better for you. Just none of it tasted good, but I look at that as a challenge. I like the creative process best of making recipes. And when you're doing healthy desserts, you really have to get creative. You can't use a lot of the ingredients that are called for in traditional desserts. And that's the reason that I started creating healthy desserts in the first place. Healthy cookie dough dip, just as good as the original. Try it on all your friends, they're gonna love it. I wanted it to be healthy so that I could enjoy more of it, but I wanted to enjoy the flavor and the taste and the texture. I don't want to think, oh, this is good, it would be better if it were the unhealthy version, but at least I'm saving calories. Life is too short for that. I really don't like to see suffering, whether it's human suffering or animal suffering. When I was younger, I did a lot of charity work. I even started 2 different projects where I would sell things and then send the money to children in need. Running the blog kind of took my focus off of that for a while. I was focused more on me, and I realized that there's so much more that I could be doing than just sending money. And I've really started to get back more involved, and I want to do that even more. I know that I was really lucky to have the advantages that I had that enabled me to start this blog in the first place. And I really want to give back to people who might not have ever had that advantage in life. And I want to choose to use my voice to help people. There's nothing more rewarding than knowing that you really helped someone else. Every day is an opportunity to be better and do better. People often ask me, what's next for Chocolate Cover Katie? But to me, it doesn't really matter what's next. My biggest goal with the blog is just to continue to have fun with it. I don't have any concrete goals like I want to be here in 5 years, I want to be here in 10 years. I'm having fun now, and that's what matters. I have the coolest job in the world. There's no job that could possibly be cooler than eating chocolate for a living.